Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for joining us today on Nuts and Bolts. My name is Kalpesh Patel. I am super excited to be your host tonight and sharing some wisdom, some golden nuggets, some tips, skills, whatever is needed on the hour at this moment in time in your network marketing journey, in your journey to success, an industry that I've been passionate about for over 2.5 decades. I've loved every single part of the journey, even the parts that I've hated, I've loved. Why? Because it's the only thing I've found in all of my life that allows me to make a massive difference in the world that can be measured and impact people's lives where it matters most, as far as I'm concerned. And that's in their personal growth, being a better version of themselves and holding themselves to account, taking responsibility for their own growth, reading the right stuff, listening to the right stuff, watching the right stuff, working on their language, working on their thinking, working on their relationship skills, and becoming the best version of themselves in that journey when they're surrounded by other people that want them to win. There's no other structure. There are many organizations that make big promises, but they just don't cut the mustard. They don't make the grade. I've been around all of the circuits. I've been to all of the big brand names, coaching programs, mentoring programs, spent hundreds of thousands of pounds of hard-earned money and poured it into their bank accounts in search of the answers. And I did that for years until one day I woke up and realized everything we need is inside of us already. And there's no need to do all of that nonsense. All we need to do is introspect. Take a look on the inside. The answers are not out there. And, you know, I encourage everyone to read the books. I encourage everyone to watch the videos and listen to the audios in the beginning, but don't get hooked on that. That's not where it's at. It's much deeper than that, because you can gain knowledge out there and you can know a lot of stuff. But you know what? One thing I learned over the years, a lot of people know a lot of stuff and their life is still shit. All the time. I go all over the world. I meet people everywhere. You know, they've got all the answers. They talk to you on such an intellectual level, but they're just hiding behind fancy words and lots of knowledge. And deep down, they're not fulfilled. They're not joyful. They're not living in spirit. They're not inspired. They're just the same as everybody else that hasn't read the books, that hasn't watched the videos, that hasn't listened to the audios. They just articulate differently because they have. So don't be a victim to that world there. Be a victim of success. Be a victim of personal development. Be a victim of self-awareness. Once you start understanding yourself better, guess what? Network marketing is an industry that will not only allow you to earn far in excess of your potential, because potential is worth nothing at all. Everyone's got potential. It's worth nothing until you learn how to apply yourself and turn that into results. Network marketing will give you results in line with your growth. But here's what else it does. It gives you the ability to share your journey and inspire others to create results for themselves too. Boom. And that one extra step exists here in a way that it doesn't exist anywhere else. The ability to leverage success, to leverage results, measurable results, with support structures, with teams organized in a way that doesn't happen anywhere else the way that it happens here. All right. Genuine people that actually care. Do you know what? The value that leaders like myself give for free to dozens of their team members, hundreds of their team members, thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of people in their teams for free. Why? Because we love to see success happening. And we get paid when people succeed. It's the best system on the planet. You only get paid, the leverage side, when people in your organization succeed. All the other models, you can get paid when everybody else is not getting paid. Here, when you cause somebody to push beyond their comfort zone, stretch like they've never stretched before, pick up the phone and make calls like they've never made calls before, learn to present, learn to share in public, to stand up and be heard, to be seen. When you teach people how to overcome their fears and do it anyway, when you see the results of that, it's priceless, but it's also measured financially. It's like I was having a conversation earlier today, actually, I had an amazing meeting with some guys that I met from Canada a couple of days ago in a coffee shop, off the chain, insane, serendipitous meeting, just like I was outside having a coffee with a friend of mine from London that was just there for 2 days. We were catching up. He's a very, very big player in another network marketing company, and he's discussing with me his move across to a platform that we're all excited about. And there we were talking about the possibilities. I arranged, for him and his business partner to meet the owners of our company, and they loved everything they saw. Bottom line, they're coming in. But here's the thing: as we were talking, we're sharing, we get all excited. There was this guy looking through the corner of his eye, sat on the table next to us, and you could see the more we were talking and vibing and getting excited about the future and what we could do and the impact we could make and the difference we were going to make together, this guy was getting all heated up. Anyway, then I had to jump on a Zoom to address a community of mine on an this would have been on Sunday, right? Yeah, this was on Sunday afternoon, a couple of days ago, like I said. So this was Sunday afternoon. I do a Zoom with my India team. So I was on that Zoom, and then he hears me busting out in my really weird Hindi, my English Gujarati Hindi, real mix of lingo, and I'm busting all of that. And he's like, just looking at me like thinking, wow, that was an interesting flip. I went from one mode to another mode, just like that. Anyway, so he's then stood up, paid his bill to the waiter, and then just standing over me, like no pretending anything, like making it really obvious that he's waiting for me to finish the Zoom, because he can't understand what I'm saying, right? I'm speaking in Hindi, and he's just towering over me. I'm like, okay, you're right there, mate. So anyway, I finished my Zoom, and he said, thank you. I couldn't wait for you to get off of that. What are you doing? And that is network marketing. Because in that moment, I could have said, oh, I'm an accountant, and dropped the conversation like a lead balloon, unable to help him ever again, unless he needed his accounts done right. Or I'm a doctor, bang, lead balloon conversation. No impact made, no difference made. Good for you. Thank you very much. I'm on my way. But instead, what was I able to say? What do you do? I help people around the world transform their lives. I got that from the vibes, man. You guys are talking some stuff. Get me in. I want to, he's Canadian guy, right? I want to do what you guys are doing. I love it. You're talking my language. And off he went. And I'll tell you what, we spoke for 2 hours. He was hand in glove designed for what we're doing. He's in the blockchain crypto space. He knows a ton of crypto people. He's a natural marketer, hasn't done network marketing, but he's a natural marketer. He sells himself. He's a brand unto himself. He's a big advocate for the crypto and blockchain space. Literally fell on the floor, like in awe of what I was sharing, of what's possible and what we're up to and what we're about to do in 2023. And he was at my apartment today as well with 2 of his friends who are also from Canada, equally freaking off the chain, insane individuals, completely engrossed in the blockchain space. So I'm talking to one of them. He's from the banking background, high-end banking, private banking, talking about hedge funds and big numbers and all of that great stuff, but never, made a lot of money for the companies he worked with, got paid an okay salary, did okay for himself, but nowhere near the kind of numbers that we were talking. And then I get to the third guy, don't I? So tell me about you. What's your background? I'm a network marketer. You can't make this stuff up, guys and girls. You just can't. And that's when when you're in that zone, when you're flowing, when you're in tune, when you're clear about what you're up to. There's no hesitation. There's no fear. There's just clarity. then the universe really does produce real-time magic. And you can't deny it. You witness it right there in the present moment and all the time. Like what I'm describing to you, I know it's a couple of days ago, and you can talk to me any day of the week and I'll have exactly the same kind of story happening any day of the week. And some people say it's coincidence. It can't be coincidence when it's every day. Some people say it's because I'm lucky. I freaking hell am. And I work damn hard at being lucky, right? And I think everybody should work damn hard at being lucky because it's worth it. Some people say it's because I'm a really good looking guy, and I am, and that's really cool. I'm kidding. They don't say that. Well, some do, but not all of them. Normally the hot chicks say that, right? Yeah, I dream. I do like to do that, right? My point is, it's all of it, right? When you're in tune, when you're in the zone, people will pick it up and they'll want to know. They'll want to know what you're up to. They will ask you the questions. They'll want to get curious. And if your answer is a lead balloon answer, when they say, what do you do? And you don't know what to say and you fumble around and you say something that doesn't make a difference, lost opportunity. Lost opportunity. So be prepared. Be prepared to win. Be prepared to succeed. Be prepared with your language. Know what you're going to say, when you're going to say it, who you're going to say it to, how you're going to say it. Practice, 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 practice. Get it horribly wrong. Get it horribly wrong again. And the third time. And some of you a fifth time. Some of you 10 times. But at some point, please improve. Improve a little bit. Some of you are so committed to not improving. You're like, Kalps, I've spoken to 100 people. And you say it in this tone as well. I've spoken to 100 people and nobody's listening. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I don't want to listen either. Like, come on, get the clues, right? Study successful people. You can't get somebody excited if you're not excited. I'm too scared to be excited. What are you talking about? Get excited. Get so excited that people get uncomfortable. Practice that. I did some training 27 years ago in my early years. And one of the exercises that they taught us was get 10 times more excited. Imagine that. So we had to, back then, you can imagine me, right? Mr. I hate reading, Mr. I'm dyslexic, Mr. Oh my God, don't ask me to do scripted. Don't ask me to memorize stuff. They asked us to memorize a 3-hour pitch, word for word, verbatim. My worst nightmare. It was a 6-month intense leadership training program. I had to memorize a 3-hour pitch, word for word, paragraph for paragraph, page for page. Can you imagine? And then once internalized and memorized every single word in the exact sequence and a structure that was written in, memorized, something that I thought was going to be impossible when I started. And I passed with flying colors at the end of the 6th month. But during that intense training program, not only did I learn that even dyslexic people can read, because I smashed it, I'd forced myself to read, right? But I've been doing that for a young age anyway, but this took it to another level. Like, it was ridiculously insane how far you pushed yourself in that scenario. So not only did I crack that and knew that I could memorize anything, and, you know, the skill that they taught, how to memorize it and then turn it into something natural. Imagine that. Imagine putting yourself through that process, right? So why was I talking about that? So that's the program where I taught that. I learned that. There was a relevance to it. Let me do this quickly because I know that you're all there waiting to help me remember. Okay, there you go. You can unmute yourself. What was I talking about just before I did that? If you're paying attention, see if you can trigger something.
About 27 years ago.
Yeah, I
did 6 years ago. And you learned something then, which you're obviously using now still. Okay,
thank you, Dizzle. So yeah, and I can't remember. I was going to make a point about that skill. Here's what I want to say anyway, right? Whatever that was that. Let it go. It will come back.
You was get 10 times more excited.
Boom. Thank you. There you go. One of the exercises in that, if you want to learn something, you got to anchor it to emotion. And most of us don't know how to produce, manage, create emotion. And when we learned this skill, that you could create any emotion you want, bang, like that, through practice. Can you imagine? Most people have practiced misery their whole life and they live it. It's in their language, it's in their thinking, it's in their being. So when you do 10 times more excited, it means that you stand in front of the mirror and you get as excited as you possibly can and realize that that is not excited. And you got to 10x that. So do the most version of excited that you know, anchor that in the mirror as the lowest bar. And the goal is to do 10x that. So you can imagine there's a couple of hundred of us on the course, and we're practicing this week in, week out, holding each other accountable. And we're measuring and seeing, are we more excited than we were the week before? It's insane what's possible. What you think is excited, we thought this was excited at the beginning. Yeah, I'm really excited. I'm excited. And then you realize that's not even excited. That's like 10% of what you're capable of. We never tap into what we're capable of. We only tap into what our friends do. Our version of excited is football matches. So that's not excited. That's 10% of excited. You know, when you see people watching football matches, losing it, that's not even excited. That's just 10. That's just what everyone does as excited. That's what we think excited is. When you generate excitement, i.e. the excitement is from the inside, it's on a whole different level. That's where your frequency changes. When you can shift frequencies, you become an alchemist. And you can literally walk around the streets, not saying a word, and people want to come and talk to you. Ain't that right, Dizzy? Imagine that. And I decide if I want to have a quiet one, I can go to a really busy restaurant, sit down on my own, and nobody will even look at me. They won't even look in my direction because I've decided that. And if I've decided I want to connect with somebody today that's really amazing and it's got an awesome story to share, then I just walk in that frequency, and guess what? The universe delivers all the time. Like, you can't believe how consistently those conversations happen. Like, imagine if that could happen like 70, 80% of the time. Like, you show up and somebody shows up that pours inspiration into you through their journey, through their story. Because that's who you are when you show up. They can't help themselves. How many times does that happen? For everyone will get it sometimes. Every single person on the planet gets glimpses of this. Everyone does. We've all had somebody come up to us and say, there's something about you. We've all had that, right? There's something about you. I don't know what it is. I feel drawn to talk to you. We've all had that. But when it happens once or twice in a lifetime, yeah, you miss the opportunity. You miss the opportunity. So train yourself to be 10 times more excited. Like I've already told you what the exercise is. Go ahead after this session, go in front of the mirror, do your version of excited, give yourself a pat on the back and go, oh my goodness, is that it? Now, if that's only 10% of what's possible, because you've never played 10 times more excited game before, bang. Now you've got somewhere to reach up to, right? Like, what would it look like if you could get more excited than the most excited version of you that you've ever known? That's how you grow. That's a task, because now you're in the unknown. Now you're in the zone that you haven't got a clue what that looks like. Like, what? Like, that's all I know. I only know football level excitement, or I only know orgasm level excitement. Like, what if orgasm level was only 10% of what was possible? Some of you going, orgasm? What's that? I know, sorry, it's been a long time, don't worry. But you know what, like, really, what would it be like if you had no clue what was possible for you? Imagine. And that's why these things happen. That's why these conversations happen. And that's why they happen all the freaking time. I had 2 people call me this week, randomly, who were the top ranks of previous companies. They called me. Kalpesh, what are you up to? I'm searching for something. The #1 ranks in their companies, 2 of them this week. I don't post like a lot of people do. I'm not on lives all the time. I don't do anything. If I remember, I'll put a post out once in a while, a couple of times a week, 3 times a week, maybe. Most of the time I forget. Social media is a tool for me, right? It's not, my life doesn't live on it. So what is that? Why is that? Because it's who I am in the world. Consistency. Everyone knows that if they're looking for an opportunity, they can reach out to Kalpesh Patel. Because that's all I do. Can you see? Everyone knows. They don't, is Kalpesh a doctor? No. Is he an accountant? No. And I'm not picking on doctors and accountants, right? That's just what's in my mind. Let me change that. Is he a dentist? No, I'm not. Is he a tailor? No, I'm not. That's Dizzy. Do you see what I'm saying? What does Kalpesh Patel do? He empowers people through opportunities. What do you do? How does the world relate to you? Oh, he does a bit of this. He does a bit of that. He's not so sure. Sometimes he's up. Sometimes he's down. Sometimes he's around the corner. Sometimes he's a little bit lost. Sometimes he's not very sure. Bang. How does anyone tune into all of that mess? That's hard work. Focus. Laser focus. Think and Grow Rich is the most sold book of all time. Is responsible, openly, publicly documented. More people, more millionaires give more credit to that book than any other book for the cause of their wealth. Think and Grow Rich. And they dedicate an entire chapter to focus. Guys, don't underestimate the power of wisdom that's thousands of years old. It's not there just for fun. It's not just fancy words. Get laser focused, get obsessed. Obsession, that's another whole chapter, right? Sexual energy, that's another whole chapter. It's all there. Everything I'm talking about, nothing's new. This isn't like, wow, where did that come from? I know there are speakers out there that do that as well, right? I channeled it. No, you read the book or you spoke to someone that read the book. It's just got passed on to you. Everything gets passed on when you're in, especially when you're in this space. All of the knowledge of the world is poured into you at the speed of light. And if you're blessed, you're able to share it out and pass it on to others. If you're not blessed, then it's just passed on to you and it dies with you. Big deal. Meh. You read a book, didn't share it with anyone. Meh. You watched a video, got inspired, but nobody ever knew about it. Meh. You had an amazing conversation with somebody, you never told anyone else. It died with you. Meh. Can you see? It lives in the sharing. It lives when you live. Get it out of you. Get everything out of you and pour it into as many people as possible and watch what happens to your life. Everything transforms. I'm shy. No, you're not. You're just playing a very small game. You haven't dealt with yourself. You're just playing small when you do all of that stuff, right? How many people did you share with today? Oh, I wasn't feeling like it. Well, there you go. That's the frequency you're tuned into. You're tuned into wasn't feeling like it. Guess what? Wasn't feeling like it doesn't get phone calls from random people multiple times a week that are top performers in their industry. Can you see? You can't afford to have off days. You can afford. Look, here's the thing, and you've heard me talk about this as well. Collapsing timeframes. Have off moments. Have off moments. Because you're human, right? The whole point of being human is you're going to experience all of it, all of the extremes. Have them all, but let them go as soon as you're done with them. Don't hang on to them. Don't hold on forever and ever and ever. Some things, seconds. Some things, minutes. A handful of things, hours. Hardly any things, days. I used to hold on to things for years. God, when I look back at that, oh my goodness, what a horrible situation that was. You'd see me crying about stuff that happened 3, 4, 5 years ago. God, seriously, what was that all about? So you can, again, watch yourself. How are you? in life? Do you get caught up with that? Something that happened 5 years ago and you fall apart because somebody mentioned something that happened 5 years ago. There's work to do. There's a gap. That's where you got to become sage-like, guru-like. Like, how do gurus do it? Can you imagine Sadhguru? Never going to happen, is it? Never. Never, ever, ever in his entire life, once he woke up, was that ever going to happen again? Can you imagine Buddha? Crying Buddha? No, it's laughing Buddha. It's laughing Buddha for a reason. Because when you get it, nothing matters. And then it's like, what are you going to do with it now? Laugh. Laugh when you want to cry. Train yourself. Because you can, because nothing matters anyway. Nothing's as relevant as this present moment. Why rob it? Why rob yourself of a fantastic, smiley, happy, abundant, attractive present moment because something happened before? Oh, she left me. She left me. Can you see? I've done that for years. My first relationship. God, 3, 4 years, 5 years, I was just crying. I lost my first. What the crap do we do? So have a look. Where do you do that? And I'm exaggerating. I'm doing 10 times more stupid, right? But I'm doing it because I want to make a point. Where are you letting yourself down? Where are you falling through your own gaps? Where are you playing small, robbing yourself of greatness? Practice greatness every single moment of every single day. And when you drop the ball, pick it back up as quickly as possible and get back in the zone. Get so familiar with greatness that you can switch it on anytime, any place, anyhow, whenever you want. You just go, where am I? What am I up to? Okay, greatness is required. Boom, bring greatness to the table. But you can only bring it to the table if you practice it, so it becomes second nature and familiar and normal. But if it's only something that happens to you once a month, you've got no chance. Once in a while, no chance. So study yourself. How excited are you on a daily basis? What frequency are you emitting to the world? How does everyone relate to you? People know me all the time, all over the world. 27 years down the line, one thing you can count on me for is I'm always going to be smiling. I'm always going to be laughing. I'm always going to be excited. I can't help myself. Even when I'm not. And that's the point. I sleep excited. Can you see? That's all I know. Even if I've had a shitty day, I can't even explain how that even works, right? Like, you can be going through shit, but it doesn't mean that you have to be shit. Like, if you can master that you can be going through something, but that doesn't define you. It doesn't mean that's who you are. It's just what's going around you. You're just going through that, not standing in it and being it. It's kind of this too shall pass, right? How many people have you heard quote that? Big deal. So you know the quote. Congratulations. Well done, you. Stand up on a pedestal. Let's all bow to you. This too shall pass. You hear the clever people saying it, right? Same clever people saying it have shit lives. Why? Why are you walking around miserable, telling other people this too shall pass when they're going through a sad moment? Tell yourself. And it'll only pass if you let it, right? Life only passes if you let it pass. If you're holding on to it, it ain't going nowhere. And when you understand this too shall pass, the good, the bad, and the ugly, you can be indifferent to all of it. Then it's, oh, she dumped me. Not, oh, she dumped me. It's just matter of fact. Oh, he passed away. Oh, she passed away. It becomes a matter of fact. And then you can experience what you want to experience because something went differently to how you'd like it to go. And you can be sad in that moment. You can be emotional in that moment. You can remember all the great, you can do all of that, but not get stuck in it. And know that bang, when you're ready and you come out of that environment, you're ready to move through it again and get into the next phase of whatever it is you want to be. And if you practice greatness and abundance and joy and energy, if you practice it long enough, then it won't take you too long to, what's the phrase? Snap out of it. It's all in the language. What does that mean? Snap out of it, not drag yourself out of it, snap out of it. But when people tell us snap out of it, we get upset, right? Because we don't understand what it means. Don't want to snap out of it. Okay, cool. Don't then. Stay in it. There's so much wisdom around all of this. What does that mean? If you want to get out of it, it's a snap out of it. The dragging yourself out of it's hard work. Dragging yourself out of stuff. Hard work, right? This industry, leadership, full stop, not just this industry. I'm talking about across the board now in the world. Leadership is another form of attraction. Charisma. Study leaders, right? The good, the bad, and the ugly. All of the leaders. Whether you like them or not. Whether you agree with their values and philosophies or not. Study them. One thing that you'll get is that they're clear. They're absolutely clear. They're laser focused. They're passionate. They're 10 times excited. There's so many patterns and threads. This stuff's been studied forever. That's what I'm saying. It's not rocket science. And every human on the planet has access to all of that stuff. There's not one thing in the book of success that you don't have. Nothing. It's inbuilt. It's just whether we access it or not. And that's the journey, because it's not easy when you don't know how. And that's the part, right? It's simple, but it's not easy. It's simple. Everything I think you can all agree, everything I've shared is simple, but it's not easy. And that's the bit where we say it's your journey. Everyone's on their own journey. And here's what I'm about. Push yourself a little bit more. Be willing to not know yourself. Be willing to not recognize yourself. One of the most beautiful things I heard years ago on one of the Wayne Dyer seminars. And he said how he would wake up each morning and not know who his wife was. I love that. Never need to cheat for the rest of your life. Imagine waking up with a new chick every morning and it's the same one. But what a beautiful thing. He didn't know who his wife was every morning. He chose that. He chose not to know her so that he could learn something new about her and not put her in a box and limit who she was. What a profound mindset to not know. To not know what you think you know. What if you can give yourself the same freedom to wake up and not know yourself? Because some of you are too familiar with yourself. You know yourself too well. What if you didn't know yourself? Now who could you be? What if you didn't have to be shy? What if you didn't have to be quiet? What if you didn't have to give yourself a hard time? What if you didn't have to suffer as long as you do? What if you didn't have to X, Y, Z, whatever it might be? What if you didn't have to? I'm done. I'm coming back in the room now. The man with all the smiles.
Yeah. You know what? I'm so excited, man. I'm even more excited than I was before.
Come on.
But listen to this.
Get it on.
I've known you for probably 20 years now, right?
Yep.
26 when I met you. I'm 46 now. And I've heard you say something today that I've never heard you say. How about that?
Go on. Oh my God. There you
The
go.
Wayne Dyer line, you know, when you wake up and you see a different woman.
Oh, that's a big one for you, isn't it? Come on now.
I think that was the one I was waiting for, Calps. I'll put my hand up straight away because that's an interesting one, that one.
There you go. Imagine, right? Yeah, because you're good at that, right?
Mm.
You know, don't you? You know everything about everything. So yeah, imagine if you didn't. That'd be magic. Boom.
So yeah,
Boom.
thank you once again, man. You knock it out of the park. You always deliver what you need to deliver when you need to deliver it. And that's just the way it is. So thank you.
Thank you, brother. Too much love. Thank you. Thank you. Andy, how are you, champ?
I'm excited as well. Really excited.
Woo, come on.
I try to wake up every day being a bit more positive than I was yesterday. That's the way it goes. But one other thing I love about this business, is this fantastic sort of presentation every Tuesday. I don't call them presentations. I call them lessons, really. Lessons in life, lessons in learning. All right, I'm a year or two older than you, Gaps, but
Just a couple.
and normally you're supposed to learn from your elders, but I'm learning from all the young people I know on this business. The Dizzies, the Gorams, the Micks, the Calps, the Sharons, the Dans, the Sues, the Georges, the Aarons, everybody, Jan. You know, we learn from all of them. And I learned something really, really good last week, because I asked you how to contact all the people on my phone. And you gave me the idea of broadcast. So I thought, oh, I'll get on and do a bit of that. So I started on the 8th. I sent out I had about 140 A's, I think. And I thought, well, that'll do for today.
Yeah.
That night. And then the next morning, somebody came on and said, cool, you were quick. You learned how to do that last night. One of them was somebody who was on one of these calls, you see. But it gets better. So I did a B and a C. That's as far as I've got so far. I couldn't handle all the replies. There was just too many.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
many of them saying, God, what have you been up to? What are you doing? I was able to tell them. And I can guarantee you without 100% that I get excited. More levels I go up. And I'm going to get really excited because tomorrow I'm going to be director 4. It's just absolutely sure. I know that without any doubt at all now. I know it without any doubt at all. Because of what went on over the last 3 or 4 days. I got really frustrated Sunday because there was 2 guys I wanted to get hold of. And I thought, I'm not going to do it by Sunday night, or Monday night, wasn't it? And I was sort of tearing my hair out. So I started being a pest, if you like. I'm going to get on to it. Nothing Sunday, but I got hold of both of them on Monday morning. And both of them signed up and they've done it for me. One of them was really lovely. One was really brilliant. So, no, thank you very much for that little bit of advice. Something on your phone I never knew anything about. And it just worked brilliantly. So happy, so positive. Hey, we're going to throw it.
Congrats.
Very much indeed. Thank you.
Boom. Come on, D5 next.
Oh, yeah. I've got, don't forget, look, I've got the D's right through to the Z's to go yet, the Z. So I've got plenty more to go.
Love it. Beautiful. There you go. A whole new access. Jax, how you doing?
Good morning.
Good morning.
I mean, good evening.
Good evening.
Hi, Sharon. This is my very first time live on Nuts and Bolts.
Wow.
When I realized it's 8 o'clock in the morning, I can do that.
Boom.
You know, and I've done the same training you've done, but we didn't have to memorize it. Thank God.
Oh.
Although I think it would have been more effective if we did. And yeah, it's some of the best training though. And if anybody hasn't done that for God, when you get the world of possibility, you know, it's just the bee's knees.
Isn't it? Wow.
And I made it to director 1 yesterday.
Boom.
Yay!
Congratulations.
Yeah, we're just waiting for the thing to make it public.
Wow.
Yeah.
Getting your photograph done. Yeah, so just get that done.
Done all that, yeah. Just it was a typo in my name, so they've had to redo it.
Brilliant. Well done.
Anyway.
Congrats.
Thank you.
When are we going to get D2 done?
Oh, well, my intention is by the end of this month.
Love it. It's been spoken.
You never know how. You just throw your head over the fence, don't you?
Absolutely, 100%.
Yeah.
And that's actually really cool because you know, the one rank a month works really, really well for people coming in. And again, if you smash past that and do more than that, great. But if you hold yourself accountable to that 1 a month, then you really do start laying down some good solid foundations for a great journey ahead. Well done. Sue.
Thank you.
Thank you. Super
Hey.
Tel.
Hello in the house.
Hey,
Thank you so much, Kalpesh. What an awesome deep training today. I think lots of home truths for people that are sitting, as I say, sitting in the stands, right? To get on the court, right? Like I just think, you know, for so many out here and people like Grandpa Crypto showing everybody how it's done, you know.
Yeah.
So really awesome laying down the law. I just think, you know, there's so many things that you said today that, you know, just hit home. Like I've been on that journey myself, right? From, you know, what we were doing previously and stuff, and where I've been sitting like, oh, I don't have a team, oh, I don't have this, don't have that, or whatever, you know. And I've literally have, you know, come out of it the other end. You know, you really have to change who you're being to then go out there and create the momentum that you want. And you know, a few weeks ago I just thought, you know what, you know, lying in the sand, I'm just going to go out there. I had a really great conversation with Sharon and yourself, and you know, like, I've just been going out there and meeting people face to face, you know, and the energy and the vibe that I get from sharing my story and, you know, inspiring people, you know, face to face has been phenomenal. And it's, you know, and it's no surprise that I've got to D5 this weekend from, you know, being in that energy, you know. So I'm so excited. I can't wait. You know, it's not long before I will hit Ambassador 6. Like, it's, you know, yeah, it's happening very, very soon. So yeah, I'm really excited, you know, and also as well, just being in that energy, the kind of people that you attract as well, you know, in your space. You know, I'm having conversation with people at high level and, you know, who are, yeah, just on another level, you know, and they're getting excited because I'm excited, you know, like everything is a reflection of who you're being, right? So, you know, I'm literally seeing that from the people that are coming into my space. So yeah, awesome.
Wow.
Thank you.
Amazing. Well done. Thank you for sharing that, and congratulations on your rank advancement as well. And
Thank
yes,
you.
I know you've got the wheels in motion now. And it's like that, right? So it's like the hard slog of the it's like, it's easier once you get past a certain point. The hardest part is the beginning, and that's why it's so important in the beginning to do everything you have to do to get past that hardest part. That D1, D2, D3, D4, D5. I think Ambassador 6 is probably about as hard as it's going to get, because once you get to Ambassador 6, you now have, you know, you've got enough traction in your organization to work with, where the rest, as I often say, is just a case of how fast do you then get to the next rank. It's not an if, but a when. But in the beginning, it's if. The first few ranks are if. But it gets to a point where the if turns into a when. And yeah, that's like D5, Ambassador 6. When you get to that point, the if goes out the window, and now it's just when. Naturally, it will happen anyway. And if you want to speed it up, then you just hit the accelerator and go, you know, go that much more faster. So well done. Absolutely awesome. George,
Thank you.
how you doing, buddy?
Morning, guys. How are we all doing? I love that
Amazing.
you guys have gone off daylight savings. It's your session started at 6 a.m. for me. So yeah, it's
I hate
so
it.
much easier.
It's coming up to midnight for me now.
Yeah, cool. And Jax, congratulations on putting your hand up and getting out there and putting up. I was listening to Mick's presentation of the business yesterday morning, I think it was, and everyone in the background, or the day before, and everyone in the background's, or it's this group of people talking, and I'm thinking, I want to talk. I'm thinking, nah, I'm still in bed and I can't get out. But today at 6 o'clock, I thought, right, I'm out of bed, I get this done. And go back, you talked about Think and Grow Rich again. And I read that book ages and ages ago. And I got stuck on the bit about the mastermind, about that, because again, from network marketing, I've always had upline to counsel with and stuff like that, but needed something else for the mastermind. And I'm actually I do a LinkedIn Method Academy, and they've actually now asked me to be a coach for them. And as a reward for being a coach for them, I get plugged into their mastermind program, which is again hanging around with people that'll make you stretch because they've done it more. And like, man, this whole thing about being 10 times better, man, that's a new goal, and it's pretty cool. So I get to hang around with Goran and Mark Boscarato this afternoon, which is going to be pretty cool.
Wow.
And again, keep saying thank you very much for all your input. I was blessed to get to meet you in Dubai in December, and again, awesome future for all of us. We just got to keep plugging at it, keep that dream, and how about 10 times more excited? Oh my God, yes.
Bring it.
Love it.
Love it. Thank you so much. Aaron, how you doing, champ? All the way from Trinidad Tobago.
I am great, Carpesh. I was hoping I would have gone after Sharon, because I like to when you guys speak. Yeah, you guys, you know, after you go after Dizzy, Supertel, and Grandpa Crypto, and all these guys, and the input that they give, and the value that they add after you speak, it is just inspirational. And you know, it's just, I mean, for me, but I know I'm not working hard enough and I need to. I'm gonna wake up and start. I'm not working hard enough. I know that, right? I'm playing.
Mm.
So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna give myself a goal, and that goal is to get within the next 2 months to have at least 6 people below me to get the director 3-star D3.
Wow.
My goal is to skip. Now I skipped when I was looking through my back office. I think I skipped. Now I don't promote my ranks yet because because of a particular reason. But I skipped the first set of ranks and went to V2 and then probably V3 and then even realized I got it. And my goal is to skip 4 and 5 and get to V6. So how do I do that? It's by yes, GC, I want to skip 4 and 5 and get to 6, right? And so I'm gonna look at getting 4 to at least 6 persons to get them to V3. That is my goal. Get them to V3, and automatically I guess I'll get to V6, right? So when you help people get what they want, you're gonna.
Oh, you muted out, buddy.
Yeah, I'm back. You hear me? So yes, I'm saying thank you very much for the inspiration that you give.
You bet.
Everyone, guys, everybody here on this call, especially the ones that raise their hands and always give a contribution. I learn a lot from you guys. The Sue, the Sharon, Grandpa Crypto, Dizzy, all you guys who give. I learn a lot. So thank you very much for this. And I have not yet missed a Tuesday. Only one we missed, that was when they had the convention, right? That was when they had the stuff in Dubai. So thank you very much for this.
Thank you, buddy. Awesome. Sharon in sunny Manchester.
It's not so bloody sunny, let me tell you. I tell you what, I've enjoyed this today. I've really enjoyed it. You know, Kalpesh. Do you know, honest to God, guys, I'm going to tell you, all right, this is so funny. And I don't want to say it to you. I'm a bit crazy, right? Ask Daniel, my partner, Danny Booth. He knows I'm a bit nuts, right? So, when you feel suppressed in network marketing, and I don't know whether any of you've been there, or most of you, or maybe you'll be saying, no, Sharon, this is the first time I've done anything like this. But I'm just going to give you a little bit of what I feel. I actually, you are a blessing to me, and I'll tell you why. Because you're giving me a pathway to become the real me. And Dan, I think you'd agree, every day, me and Dan work like a dream together. We're best friends. He's like my youngest brother. People think we're together. He is my best mate. I love his wife, his kids. But Kalpesh, he knows I'm like a flower. And if you try and compress me, I can't grow, right? I think you're the only person that's like that. Grow, you're watering me every bloody week.
Helps. Let me tell you something. Right? So a couple of years ago, we do these trainings, and I'll be saying, yeah, and this is what you do, and Sharon goes, well, I don't need to do that because I'm this, and I'm like, I kept on thinking about it, and every time we do a training, she interrupts me and she said, well, I don't need to do that because I'm awesome and all this sort of stuff. And I pulled it to the side once, and I said, Sharon, I said, do you know what? I said, you haven't got a clue, have you? And she said, what do you mean that? I said, you haven't got a clue how powerful you are. I said, do you know what? If you actually knew how powerful you were, you'd be dangerous. And that was it then, right? That was it. You know what she did? She started studying personal development. And she started to realize what she has, and it's inbuilt into her already. Okay, she already has it. She's grown up with it. It's just that she doesn't realize what it is that she knows. So these sessions, what they do is, if you and you know what, I love working with our team, and the older generation. I enjoy working with them even more because they already know this stuff. They've gone through it, or that they've lived it. Yeah. It's just they don't know that they know it, you know. And but Sharon's at a point now where she realizes now what it is that she does know, and what she does know is so valuable. And it's like you said before, it's about taking what you know and sharing it. And that's where the value comes from. So, and I just wanted to mention something. I've messaged Jax before, but I'm just going to address it now with Aaron as well. The fastest way to rank up in this business, so if you're a D1 now, don't focus on D2. D2 comes naturally, okay? Your next focus should be D3. And how do you get to D3? Dead simple. Find 3, if you're at D1, then you've got between 5 and 10 people in your business. And out of those 5 or 10 people, 3 of them will want to get to D1. So your focus now is to help those 3 people get to D1. If you can help them get to D1, that gets you to D3. And that's how you build your business. Like Aaron said, it's not about focusing on what you want. It's focusing on helping other people get what they want, and you automatically get what you want. It's a fact.
Brilliant. Absolutely awesome.
So Kalpesh, every week you're just pouring water on me, and I'm becoming I actually do feel invincible. I'm like, come on, bring it on, folks.
I'm in.
Like, whatever, you know, bring
Love
it on, Dizzy.
Come on. There we
Bring
go.
it on.
Brilliant.
And
Thank you.
Aaron, what are you on about? What are you on about? You're not working. Get your backside in gear and wake up, shake up, make it happen, my friend. I don't want to hear excuses.
Absolutely. Love it. Next up, we have Anthony. Anthony James, how we doing, buddy? Go ahead and unmute yourself. Hit the unmute button, my friend.
Can you hear me? I can hear you.
Yes, we can. How are you, brother?
I'm fine, thank you. Yourself?
Wonderful.
You know I'm getting better, right?
All the time.
Yes, you remember I had a surgery.
Remind me, what happened?
Oh, I had a surgery, you've forgotten. You were even for me, you know, you sound more spiritual, you know. You have some spiritual.
I remember. Yeah, I remember now. Yeah.
So that actually, take this guy out. Yeah, that actually slowed me down, you know.
You come through it?
Yes, it slowed me down. I just like Aaron, well, not an excuse, but then it is, because the health has to come first. Then we can start talking about building businesses.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes,
Brilliant.
yes. But I'm inspired tonight.
Ready
Two
to rock and roll?
Basically, two takeaways. I'm inspired. I saw one grandpa, Crypto and Son, who is not tired and who has not retired as well.
Not tired and not retired. I love it. He's required.
Yes. The guy is rejuvenated. And I'll look at myself. If you look at that old man and you're still very young and you're not pushing the way you should be asking yourself some questions. So I really want to pick some motivation from that old boy and drive the way I can as soon as I get up. Right. Yeah. But I'm happy every time I listen to you. I like the spiritual energy in you. I see a preacher and a motivational speaker. I see a leader, and I'm quite excited tonight. Yes. We're all going to work as a team. One good thing is that I've become a part of you. I understand that when you move with 6 billionaires, you become the 7th one.
Love it. Come on. Let's speak it and preach it, man. Let's get it done.
Yes. So that's how it should be. You know, the good book says when you move with the wise, you become wiser. Right. Yes. That's how it should be. I'm excited to be here tonight. And I like to keep listening. And I also like to put all the effort you need so that we can all get to the top as a team. You know, somebody said you need to work towards assisting your team, and that makes you grow as well, right? So that's what we want to do, you know. So I'm glad to be here again tonight. Glad to have you here. Nice presentation.
Amazing.
And I'd like us to work together. Right.
Awesome,
Thank you so
brother.
much, Bhapesh. I appreciate it.
Thank
Right.
you. Thank you. Next up, we have young Collins, sir, director 4-star in the house. How are you, champ?
Good to hear Calps doesn't have to complain.
Eating up the ranks like they're just like Weetabixes or something, right? Yum, 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 done.
Like cheesecake. I love cheesecake, so I'm just
Oh, there you go, cheesecake. Don't talk to me about cheesecake. You know I've given that stuff up, man. Stop it.
So yeah, Calps, it was been an amazing journey this 3 months. Started from 0 to hero again.
Love it.
Just being consistent with my team, support them, get them on the ranks also. Now I already have 7 director 1s to me, 6 director 2s to me, and 2 director 3s to me, and 1 director 4 matching me in the space of 3 months.
Look at that.
Very good.
How freaking awesome. And one of the big things about you is that that first month, your first month was like a lot of people's first months, but it's also like a lot of people's second months and a lot of people's third months because they don't let go. And you had a moment where you let go, didn't you? And bang.
Yeah, the
Went
first
into
month
the
and a half, it wasn't easy to build up scratch. But you know, I was just putting water in the cup, and automatically it was just overflowing and just going.
Boom.
So yeah, I think I'll be in 2 weeks director 5, and then strongly on ambassador 6 on my way.
Love it. You're a legend, mate. What an
Yeah,
inspiration.
last one. So I signed up one of my friends about a month ago, and today he referred me one of his clients, and he said he's too busy to sign him up. He said I can take the deal, so I signed him up. Don't even know the person. Signed him up with €1,000, and I connected 4 people under him already today.
Wow. Look
And
at
somebody
that.
said that's the deal.
Speed, man. Speed. Love that. Well done. Congrats.
Thank you so much, Gal.
Beautiful. I love it. Gosh, there you go. Hass, how you doing, bro?
Yeah, good. Awesome, man. I mean, every time I hear you, I think, you know, what's Calp's going to deliver today? And it's just new, it's fresh. And yeah, just get inspired, you know. Yeah, love it. Absolutely love it. I want to share something, right? So I went to the gym today, I did my session.
You tried to ring?
1 second. 1 second.
Oh,
Hass.
no, that was where I was trying to hit the button to call you. Hold on.
Oh, there you go. Go on.
And so I've done my session and I'm there, I'm just getting changed. And I'm thinking, it reminded me of a moment, right? So I wanted to get into fitness a few years ago. Yeah. Before COVID, about 4 years ago it was, 4.5 years ago. And I got changed in this same, you know, I used to have a shower in this particular room. Yeah. So I've had my shower and I'm looking in the mirror, I'm thinking, it was like a deja vu. It was like, okay, I'm setting out to do a goal. You know, my goal is to get fit and get into shape. And my goal is not to get into shape, but it was just kind of like I've set myself a target again, you know, with what we're doing here with WeWe. And it was just getting sort of like, you know, just getting into that focus, you know. And so I went to an event. I went to a friend's party on the weekend, and I didn't go with the intention of speaking to people, you know. It just happened naturally, you know. And somebody said to me afterwards, he said, Hassan, whatever you do, you're good at it. Because I just think it's just natural. It just comes to me naturally. And I got a high off it. And I thought, you know, I've had a really great night. I've got some numbers. I'll go away, speak to these people. And I've had a bit of a dance. I've spoken to a few people, you know, and I've made my way. I was just thinking, this is the beauty of what we've got, isn't it? You know, you get paid to do things that you enjoy.
Get paid to dance.
Yeah, get paid to dance, like we all was in Dubai, right?
There you go. There you go.
And Grandpa Crypto was there as well, you know. And I thought, wow, it's amazing, you know. And so yeah, I'm getting back into my sort of flow, you know, and I'm just having natural conversations with people, and yeah, things are, you know, and it's going to happen. You know, I said it with other things in the past, and I'll say it again now in front of all of you. You know, it's happened already. You know, it happens in my mind first before it can happen, you know, and just yeah. So yeah, thanks again, bro, as always.
Amazing. Oh, brilliant.
Looking
That-
forward to the 17th. We're gonna pack out that London room.
Oh, mate,
We're
I'm
gonna pack
telling
it out.
you.
Yeah, we're gonna
Listen,
pack
you
it out.
guys have got no idea. Let me just quickly finish with this. Thank you, Hassan, for that, by the way. Thank you, everyone that shared. Let me just quickly share this. So I mentioned I was sat here having a coffee with a friend of mine that came to see me over the weekend on Sunday, just for a couple of days, just to kind of solidify things for himself in his head and, you know, what we've actually got and what we're doing. He has committed to locking arms. And Sharon, Sue, we need to double the venue. He reckons an extra 100 to 150 people in Manchester and the same in London. Just him and what he's bringing to the table. He is amped like you can't believe. He's never done crypto. He's been in the product space forever, but he's partnering with a guy that has done crypto, and that guy was the number 4 in a previous crypto company. So he's a smart dude. He's the number 1 in his product company. His business partner he's bringing to the table that we're going to work together was number 4 in one of the biggest crypto companies. And the two of them together they've got a goal. Anyway, you'll hear their goals. They're insane, but you know, they're looking at Ambassador 6 in the first 30 days is their goal. Like insane, ready to just eat this thing up and throw it out the window, as they say. So yeah, double the venues. Sharon, you're looking at me going, don't do this to me now.
So double the venue. Oh my gosh. Wow,
Yeah,
really?
yeah.
So he's on about doing Ambassador 6 in a month.
Yeah, that's his.
Wow.
Yeah. So I'll give you a shout tomorrow anyway. We're having a final conversation tomorrow to kind of just, you know,
Yeah.
roll out the strategy. But yeah, he's looking to fill both of them, minimum 100 to 150 in each. Yeah.
Well,
So
Lisa's organized the Manchester one, and lucky for us guys, we can
Lisa.
literally flick a button and we can have the venue go from
You
100
mentioned.
or 200 or 300. So
Perfect.
we
Love it.
can do that.
Good.
Guys, just a reminder,
Love it.
if you are in Manchester, please keep your dates available for the 15th. We would
15th,
really
check it out.
welcome you to come along. There is a link knocking around. Please ask your inviter for the link. If you are in London on the 17th, then bring your guests to the 17th. Again, I would recommend that you start booking and getting your guests on, because I'm just hearing about that is actually a bit of a rush on, because he ain't taking all our places.
Well, he's not going to start booking. I've told him to wait until tomorrow. That's hence why I just what I said. He's going to start sending the booking link out tomorrow. So those seats will get filled out quick. So yeah, we need to get ready for doubling up. So that's cool.
All right.
Well,
I think on Eventbrite we can set the number of people. So let's get people booking their tickets ASAP, and then we'll see how to, because obviously Goran's got the budget strings as well.
Yeah.
So we need to.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Good.
Oh,
And then
wow.
I know, right?
I'm going away tomorrow to Tenerife, guys, just to let you know.
Oh,
I
you
don't
are,
go,
aren't you?
I don't go away very often. I'm not a party pooper. I just love my home. I just love being at home with my family. Anyway, so I'm going away tomorrow for 6 days, right? I'm going staying with Mick and his wife.
Yeah.
But guess what? I'm being let out again because I'm going away on a holiday to Manchester for 2 nights and London for 2 nights.
Hey,
I am getting excited.
the holiday after the holiday.
And
I'm in.
we've got Daniel from Lock, our Dutch team, coming over.
Oh, brilliant. There you go. Daniel's going to be in town as well. Daniel, say a few words. Look at you quietly sitting up there
Look
without.
at him. Oh, he is the quiet man. But let me tell you, well done. Massive, huge congratulations to this guy. D5 in the house.
Boom. Come on. Yes.
Yep.
And
And all
Daniel.
from, all from a camper van. What do you think about
that? There you go. You're on the road, right?
Yeah, I'm actually staying at some friends at a farm here for just testing it out. So I want to get it out to the south very soon. So yeah, that's why I look wild, because I'm in the wild.
There you go. I'm in.
Yeah.
He has the
Well,
best
but-
life.
I know.
Coming to London in with 2 of my mates. Your brother from another mother is coming probably. Art.
Oh wow.
Yep. and he'll put his red shirt on again. So match it up.
Love it. Love him. He's
Yeah.
on board with the journey as well, is he?
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
legend. Nice. I'll catch you in
Well,
Manchester.
Now London, because it's going to be London. Yeah. It's
Oh, you're
close
not
to-
doing both?
No, do London. We're going
Oh,
by,
London.
by Eurotunnel. Eurotunnel,
Done.
and then on the
I'll see you there,
16th.
buddy.
I'll probably join you for dinner on the 16th if I'm
Love
allowed.
it. See you then, bud. Thank you.
All good.
Thank you. Lisa, I'm picking on you. I know you didn't put your hand up, but the reason I'm picking on you is because I talked about something today, and I think it's something that you can definitely touch on, the power of manifesting miracles. Tell us a little bit about some of the stuff that you've been sharing with me the last few months, I guess, but yeah, just like more and more frequently.
Yeah, it's just in terms of I see different signs and different symbols, and driving along the road, I get different messages of car registrations. So there's quite a lot that have come through. So
Yeah.
I've been firing them over, haven't I, to you? So you've
Yeah.
there's been some really interesting ones.
Hasn't it? And then what about the other thing that happened yesterday?
Oh, in terms of the music.
Yeah, like
So just in terms of the song, which was a daydream song. Yeah, so talking about focus on your daydream. There was basically a lady that was on X Factor, and she hadn't achieved her potential with regards to what she wanted to do. And then obviously she went on and sang a song, but
amazing,
Kalpesh
by
had
the way.
shared that, and then I'd shared it exactly on a reel at the same time about a similar thing. So
It's
it was
not
just
bad.
lots of synchronicities of sharing of different things. So,
Yeah.
and the room can expand to 300 in Manchester. I already checked on Friday.
Yeah,
Come
it's
on.
one click of a button, so we're sorted.
Yeah, I went on Friday, so it's capable of holding 300, and they can do that. We just have to let them know. So
Wall to wall, baby, wall to wall. Let's get it done. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. It has, as always, been an absolute pleasure. I love, love, love Tuesday nights, because that's when we kind of just, gloves come off, everything just chilled, we're just hanging out with each other. It's more play than it is work for me. Tuesday nights, like it's work the rest of the week, but Tuesday night is playtime. I certainly have a lot of fun. I hope you all had a lot of fun today, but more importantly, I hope you learned something about you that's going to help you raise your game, help you raise your standards, and help you take you to the next rank. Because ultimately, as I always say, it all comes out in the wash. The ranks measure growth. All right, that's the bottom line of it. So everything else is fluff. The ranks tell you if you're applying stuff that you weren't before, if you're growing, if you're moving in the right direction. So do whatever you got to do. D1, get there, make it happen. If you've done that one, D2, get it, whatever it takes. If you've done that, D3, you get my point. Just, you know, make whatever it is you need to make happen for you. Know what you need, know what you want, know what's important to you, know what it's going to take, get a roadmap done, get a plan of action done, follow it every single day. Follow it like you're on a mission, like nothing gets in the way of following what it is that you're going to do next to get the next thing that you got to get. Thank you. Much love. Mwah. See you next week, same time, same place, same link. And of course, presentations every night, every day, every week, every weekend. There's stuff happening all the time. Plug in to whatever your upline leaders are promoting. Do not miss any of the events that are held by you.